right here. Let's go with trend lines, right? It broke out this trend line already. So that's eventually when you start doing this so much, you can kind of see these trend lines automatically. And I like to just look at the support and resistance, but we can see that it broke out of this trend line already. It's been marching up. We can see the higher lows. Let's go ahead and get our arrows that I love to use, right? Because it helps us identify this. Also, go over to your candles and put the Heiken Ashi candles. Otherwise, they're going to look a little bit more confusing. As you can tell, they get green, red, green, red, green, red. A little bit harder, at least for me. This lets me just look at, I can glance at the chart and identify where it's making these higher lows, where it's pulling back, and if it's true. And we can see that it's true because it keeps bouncing on this trend line that it's just broke out of right now. So seeing that it keeps respecting this trend line, one second, keeps respecting this trend line right here, right? And it broke out of it. We can see the support being the level of support that it wants to, because it's matching this trend line that we can see possibly this bounce off of here, right? Here, let me move this trend line a little bit more accurate, touching the bottoms right here. So it's meeting right here, right? Okay, so it's meeting right here. We got this trend line. We also have that this was a prior resistance. Prior resistance always become future supports, okay? So we have this resistance right here that when we went all the way up to all-time highs, let's get that marked up as well while we're here. And we pulled back. Boom. Price got rejected right there. But then we start to make higher lows. This is a bullish trend. Remember, trade with the trend. The trend is your friend. This is how you identify the trend. We got the SAR dots on the top on the 1 hour chart, but we do see that they have an AMA in less than an hour. I will suspect that there's going to be some pretty good news, and most likely that good news could be a catalyst to help this price continue to rise. If it does not continue to rise, if it holds above this 6603, this would be that consolidation zone as the market sentiment continues to, basically consolidate. We got some pullbacks, some consolidation, some pullbacks, some consolidation. So maybe we can see some consolidation right here, getting us worked up and built up. And the only reason I say that is because as I break down the chart, we see the dots on the top, but we do see that there's a gap right there. So the trend looks like it's ready to switch over. And as we can see, breaking it down to the 15-minute chart, we can see that now it's hold on. Now it's already tapped a few times on top of the support. Like I was saying, most likely going to consolidate right here to then create another trend like this, making higher lows. The minute it makes a higher low, and let's go ahead down to the 5-minute, right? And we see this chart go ahead. So there goes that consolidation. We get some volume to step in.